No problem. We got this.
I love it. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Renton Live. It's Wednesday, September 23rd, and it's our 23rd episode.
Whoa. Coincidence or conspiracy?
I sort of think
Cool.
it might be a coincidence.
It is.
Yeah, so
We're not that political.
I'm throwing confetti.
Hey, look at you.
Yes, I am.
Your hairs, so have fun.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with David, and we are
Hi,
happy to be back with you all. Good evening, Renton.
Yeah.
How have you been, my friend?
I've been doing all right, having some, moments of cabin fever. I'm sure like everybody else. But rolling with the punches, trying to, be creative and learn new things and have fun. And yeah, how about you? How's everything going with you?
Definitely feeling a little, picking up what you're putting down. Today was the day where that impending feeling of cabin fever is on me. The first day of real rain, which we need desperately. But also the thought of, oh, so is this the next 6 months? Staying indoors kind of thing. Not that you can't go outside in the rain. Welcome autumn, by the way. Today is the first official full day, I think. Started the equinox was yesterday. Hi, autumn.
It was.
Yeah, so kind of right there in that whole seasonal change. Excited for, I wore my pumpkin spice colored sweater, feeling all the fallness, getting all those feels. I see you're in your flannel.
Sure,
yeah.
It's season, Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
of course.
With the weather change,
what?
You go.
Well, I was just saying, you came back from a trip too, right? You got away from city life for a while.
I did. I got away from city life and Smokeageddon. Mostly it did follow us. We had a little RV trip, which is something that my husband and I like to do. We were very fortunate. We stayed ahead of the smoke, had one day where it impacted our trip. Was able to quickly divert, get different reservations at a new location.
Nice.
Ended a little sooner, but with that said, it was fantastic. Fantastic.
Fun. Welcome back to civilization. We missed you.
I was missing you guys. In fact, I was eager to get back to see how our Renton Live crew has held up, and by the looks of the episodes, you did just fine.
We're on top of it.
You're on top of it.
Come on.
So, couple exciting things that we have to talk about. One of them we already hit on. It's we switch seasons. We are, here we are, fall, autumn.
Autumnal mead, please.
I'm glad you said that because I cannot. And I don't know if anybody else has heard this word, but it's a good word. It's a good news day. And that's my cat, Echo, if you can see her above my head.
Echo.
Yeah, Echo. The 907 is going to open for takeout.
Today, right?
Today. Did you hear what I said? The 907 is open for takeout.
Nachos.
That's nacho cheese. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Sorry, go ahead, Jen. I mean, I'm excited for the 907.
I'm so excited.
That was a regular spot for Chelsea and I, and this is good news. Very exciting.
Very.
My only selfish disappointment is that's where we go to watch my beloved Bills games, and now I'm stuck with Seahawks every Sunday.
David,
it's rough.
You're so
That's a first world problem, I'm telling you.
You're an actual Bills fan? Aww.
Thank you.
Just saying. So Yeah.
We play each other this season, you know.
Yes, we do. And you know what? I'm with you, but just to hear that news, to read that news,
Oh,
I just
awesome.
felt really energized. I'm like, okay, we're making progress, people, baby steps, but
Good.
let's keep pushing forward. So those of you that haven't had the 907's food, you don't know what you're missing. It's amazing. And those of you who
Awesome.
had, go pay them their respects. They're waiting for you. So
Yeah.
um so 23rd of September,
Yes.
23rd episode, and it is just a little fun fact. It
Tell
is
me.
National Pot Pie Day, September 23rd.
I love it.
I mean,
Pop pies are delicious. They're
pot pies
challenging
are
today,
delicious.
but man, are they good.
They are. And earlier I read that they are believed to have originated in Greece, the country, not in oil or anything like that. It was, the
I'm
country.
glad it's not in oil.
Yeah,
That wouldn't be as
exactly.
delicious. In
No, would
Greece.
not be as delicious. Yeah, in
Oh,
Greece. Yeah,
oh,
very interesting. So,
interesting.
I do enjoy a little comfort food at this time of year. What am I saying? I enjoy comfort food all the time.
Yeah, it's candy season. So candy season started this month, and it
Yes.
runs all the way through February. It's
Oh,
not good for waistline, but I'm
no.
excited.
Yes. Are you excited? You have a sweet tooth.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Oh, I have a savory tooth, and savory seems
I have
to,
all the teeth.
yeah, I kind of do too, but savory kind of lives with you a little bit longer. I feel like you can burn off the sugar, but the butter and the cheese and the goodness, no, sticks around. And I
Those
mean
are our
around.
well said. Well
Yeah.
said.
So while
Cool.
I was off on my vacation, I got to celebrate a couple of things. I got to
Oh,
celebrate being half a century old.
half a century mark.
Yep,
Wow.
I made it. Yeah,
Over the
and
hill.
you know what? I'm still feeling like I'm at the top looking down, and it's kind of scary. Not gonna lie.
Hey,
In
it's a
14 years
right.
of wedded bliss.
Wow. How many? 14?
14, yeah. So
Now, are
yeah.
these on the same day? Is that like your birthday present from
Uh
your husband? Is a wedding ring or a
Maybe yourself.
ceremony?
No, just a week apart. So September's kind of a big month for me. I do love the change in the weather, the change of the season. I'm not a huge birthday celebrator, although the alternative is not good. If you're not having birthdays, there's kind of a crazy reason. And but I do enjoy celebrating our anniversary. It's with our professions, it's a time that we do get to take extended vacations. It's nice. So I was out having fun, missing you guys, and I'm glad to be back here
Uh,
with you. And I think
cool.
we got something coming up, don't we? We're gonna check
What
in
is
with
it?
someone.
The chamber.
The chamber. You guys remember the
Yep.
chamber, right? Yeah. All
Yep.
right. So it is time for the chamber check-in.
Let's do it. There's
There she
Diane.
is. There's our
Uh,
favorite chamber lady.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi,
Really
Diane.
happy to be here with you, Diane.
Yeah, look at how
Oh,
excited Echo is. Echo's just thrilled to be here.
Look
I
at those.
am, you guys were talking about candy season. I ran
Yes.
for office about 3 years ago and I started eating candy during the fall as it got closer to the election. And I thought, oh, it's candy season. It'll end in February. I'm
Yep.
thinking February 2021 because my candy season hasn't yet ended.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
got a ways to go.
I'm down with
Wow.
that. I
So
mean,
it's been running the whole time.
yeah, you can wean yourself
That's
off.
nice.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah, I got a few months to go. I'm ahead of the game here.
Yeah.
And Jen, it's nice to see you again. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and
Thank you.
thanks for coming back and spending your time with us.
I couldn't wait. Yeah, I'm grateful to be here.
Good, good. Well, we've got a lot of stuff going on with the chamber.
Totally.
First and foremost, the exciting news. You guys are the first ones to see this, and we are playing it live here tonight before it goes live 7 in about 20 minutes. So Farrad, if you could play the video for everyone, and then we'll update you on this.
Fun.
Renton businesses have always been generous and supportive of the Renton community. As a fellow business owner, it's something I've always been proud of. Businesses provide jobs, goods, and services, but more importantly, they provide a sense of place and community. The recent governor's stay-at-home health order has been very important to the health of our residents, but has been devastating to our businesses.
We've lost over 40 businesses so far to date, closed their doors for good. Some were too new to receive support and federal funding, too new with their books, and others the impact was just too grand to recover from, especially now that our phase back has been delayed even again. Our Renton community was hit harder than most as COVID was non-discriminate. We have some pretty major corporations who are laying people off, moving their headquarters, or closing their doors for good. And as a result, not just those companies and employees are impacted, but the surrounding businesses, retailers, restaurants, and the supply chains are impacted too.
To offset this, the city of Renton has allocated $1 million worth of its CARES Act funding. We had 183 grants. The problem is there were over 300 applications and some didn't qualify.
The Renton Chamber of Commerce has partnered with our friends at One Eastside and Chip In to create a platform to raise funds through tax-deductible donations that will in turn help our Renton small businesses to keep their employees, to pay their rent, to make sure that they can keep their lights on. And as part of the Renton Chamber's mission, we vow to continue that support to our local business community, but we need your help. We have a big community with a population of over 104,000 people. And if we all chip in just a little, even just an hour of time at state minimum wage, we can do great things. If only 50,000 people donate $13.20, that's over $500,000 we can generate to support our business. With local businesses, often small businesses, they take great pride in their community name, in their products, in their services, their reputation. Their employees and their clients become an extension of their family, and their community is their home. So please, Renton, let's exhibit that Renton community pride we're known for, and everyone step up in the ways that we can to support our local businesses. Shop local, buy a gift card, treat yourself and order out, and chip in.
Join us and help us chip in.
Join us
and help chip in.
Many hands make light work, and we can do this, Renton, but we've got to do this together to support some of our neighbors who have been the hardest hit. Together we're stronger, and now is the time that we need your help.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of the Renton community, and now it's time for us to chip in.
Cool.
So that's you guys are the first ones to see it. The chamber had the opportunity to partner with Gerald Smiley, who is the CEO and founder of Chip In. Chip In is a platform very similar to another fundraising platform that we're familiar with, but it doesn't have all of the fees. And it was developed to create a synergy between non-businesses, causes, and most importantly, community. So the city of Renton was recently awarded over $1 million in CARES Act funding as grants to businesses. But unfortunately, as much as it wasn't enough, and a number of our businesses were unable to receive funding. So as our phase 2 still remains on hold, and with restrictions and limitations still in place, and a number of businesses yet not return being phase 3 or phase 4, this fund that we've developed is reaching out to our community with the hopes of raising funds to support those local businesses with their ongoing expenses. We've lost over 40 businesses so far to date, and we feel one more door closed is one more too many. These are our neighbors. These are our colleagues. We want to do whatever we can to help support them. And we feel if everyone in the community chips in a little, we can do a lot.
Wow. Unreal.
So, oh, go ahead.
Forgive me for being naive. I did 40 businesses. Wow. And we're talking in lieu of the pandemic. This has happened since March. Yes.
Since COVID. Yeah. And COVID has been absolutely non-discriminate. We had lost the small one-person mom and pop shops up to some of our major corporations that you wouldn't anticipate doors closing of. So
Wow.
this is our way of stepping it up. Some people still aren't comfortable going out. Some people are sheltering at home and are looking at ways to support and give back. This is the way you can do it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in addition, what else? This past Monday, we had the opportunity to serve as hosts for the Renton Chamber Golf Tournament. And it was really different this year, guys. We had scheduled tee times. There was no gathering ahead of time. There were no hole sponsors or extra fun games on the course, which for people like me that don't golf, it took most of the fun out of it.
Hey.
The golfers,
Come on.
but it stepped up the game of golf. The golfers took gift certificates to go to their favorite restaurants. So there was no after golf dinner. There was no auction. There was no networking. It really was just about the golf, and the golfers had a good time. It was nice to see some activity again.
How many golfers?
We had 40 and we capped at 40. That was, and it was tee time, so they weren't gathered. And we generally have about 100, 125
Sure.
golfers. So it was way different.
Was it a traditional like shotgun start, or like you said, it was tee times throughout the whole day?
Tee times. And we didn't do best ball. So it was really just a game of golf.
Cool. I like the mix up. I mean, it sucked that it's not sticking with tradition like you've done in the past, but you know, it's golf. That's cool.
Yeah, well, we're really excited this year. We were back at Maplewood in the city of Renton, and spoke to them about doing a real tournament.
Uh-oh.
And we're allowed to do that.
I think that sounds fantastic. I want to say great job. 40 golfers, during this crazy time. I think that's fantastic. So
yeah.
Kudos.
Yep. So small business grants. There's 1 week left. The state received additional funds through the CARES funding. And businesses have the opportunity to apply for grant awards for $5,000, $7,500, or $10,000. Those applications are due by Monday, September 28th. It's a very simple application process, and the funds are limited. So get your applications. More information that goes out. And so for everyone's awareness, we have an unstable connection at the chamber right now, even though I'm hardwired. And
this is so entertaining, Diane. This is our best episode yet. I mean, this is cool.
At my house, I'm playing Guess What She's Saying.
Oh no.
Teasing. We get the gist of it. And I have an unstable condition. I'm usually a lot unstable, but my connection is right there.
Nice. Sorry, Diane. It's all in good fun.
No, am I still skipping?
No.
You're great.
Okay.
You're great.
We're filling in the blanks. The audience is having a great time.
This is part puzzle, part chamber check-in. Fill in the blanks and you'll get to spin the wheel of prizes.
This is ad libs, Renton lifestyle.
Okay, so was the message properly conveyed about the small business grants?
Yes.
Yes, and hopefully there's maybe a link that's posted in our chats that can, help people.
Perfect.
And the deadline for that was Monday the 28th, correct?
May 8th. And if you need any information, you can call us at the chamber. We'll point you in the right direction.
All right.
Cool.
All right. We'll try a few more items. We have the census. We have 1 week left on the census. So get your census completed. Encourage your neighbors share it with your family and friends to complete that census. That's money in our pocket, folks. So it is really important. Very simple to do. Great return for our city. The city for the next week has a slogan contest, and the theme is "Time is running out to be counted." They will be giving out a daily award of $25 a day for the next week. So at the same time, you may have an opportunity for a return on investment.
I like it. Diane, do you have a snapshot of what it looks like, where we're lacking, where you've seen there's been increases? Do you have any of those types of numbers?
Oh gosh, I don't have number specific, Jen, but I do know that Sunset Highlands, part of the West Hill, and the North Renton neighborhood are lagging behind some of the other parts of our city.
Right.
So if you live in one of those neighborhoods, look around at your neighbors and point fingers. Just kidding. Encourage them to complete the census. David, you're in North Renton. Have you completed the census?
Oh yeah, of course.
Have you asked 3 of your neighbors if they've completed the census?
No, we don't even look at each other.
You should sing them a
I'm
song.
kidding. I'm kidding. No, I have not asked my neighbors that. But no, I am curious. What's the penalty if you don't complete the census? Is it just the city doesn't get funding X?
We do not get our portion of the pie, David.
Okay, well, I'm hungry, so let's get that pie.
That's
Get the
right.
pie.
Yeah.
Pot pie.
Next, Popeye, we have, I have had the honor of working with Sean Greenlee. Sean is one of our chamber board members. He had just recently received his certification in diversity and equity training. And tomorrow we are privileged to have Ms. Benita Horn, who is the equity consultant for the city of Renton, serving as a facilitator on a panel for a discussion on diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. She has in Technical College, Rock Project Management, and Rick Hayes from Team Real Estate, discussing systemic issues in the workplace and how that shows up for them. This will be the first in a series going forward. We'll do a listening session next month. We'll do a look forward in December. And then beginning in January 2021, we'll do monthly series of opportunities for education, training, and awareness. The idea is the chamber has resources available to them and through some of our big companies as well, that we can leverage those resources to bring them in opportunities for training for our smaller businesses and community as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Look at us.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. That was quite a check-in.
We do. And then finally, just a plug for the city and the mayor's newsletter. They do a fantastic job on staying up to date, sharing information with the community, things that are happening, things that are of relevance. And one of the items featured in this newsletter is the Black Lives Matter Art Walk. And I won't give too much information on that other than to let you know what's happening in downtown. You'll learn more about it here within the next hour. And as you're downtown, I bring it up because I want to, as you're downtown, take a look for the bright orange chair set. There is new seating in downtown that's sponsored by the Renton Downtown Partnership and local businesses. The idea is to have these seats to encourage visitors and guests to the downtown to stop, pull a seat, and stay a while. You will see the bistro sets at Florist, Smoking Monkey Pizza, Pinto's Gun Shop, and the Bad and Bougie Beauty. So these will be rotating throughout the community. Stop, stay a while, say hello to the businesses and thank them for their participation.
That's a fun idea.
I love that idea. I noticed them and I thought that's fantastic. And to know that they're actually traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Unique.
Yep, Downtown Partnership's doing great things.
Yeah, they are. It's cool.
All right,
What
that's
else?
all I got.
That's
All
it.
right. Well, thanks for the great check-in.
You are welcome. I will take my unstable connection and I'll head out and watch the rest of you.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a
Bye,
good
guys.
night. Take care.
Bye, Diane.
Oh, kidding.
That was fun.
I shouldn't do that because I just saw
Karma.
white.
Yeah,
So-
watch out. Watch out. So lots of stuff with the chamber. That's
Lots
cool.
of stuff, lots of really good stuff cooking too.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes me get a little bit more energized, talking about how I was feeling a little, uneasy about the fall. A lot of good things going on.
Yep.
What do we got
still gotta
next?
get it.
What do you know? What do we got coming up next here tonight?
I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring on our favorite downtown correspondent again.
Really?
And he's going to give us another news update. So let's bring on Erasmus the Dragon.
Let's
And
do this.
there's a lot going on with this guy. So pay close attention.
Okay, I'll zone in. I'm ready.
Let's see it.
Is there going to be trivia questions?
Good evening, I'm Erasmus the Dragon with DTR News 1. Renton continues to churn out interesting stories, and here's some of my favorites. Renton police officers had their patrol vehicle stolen while stopping to question a man who was, get this, thought to be a car thief suspect. Seattle police found the stolen vehicle 30 minutes later and arrested the man a few blocks away. No damage occurred during the incident, and the vehicle was safely returned to the Renton Police Department. The 2020 census is still ongoing, and census takers are out in force and continue to search for Rentonites who have not been counted.
1,
Roughly 75% of the Renton population has completed the census. To encourage further completion, the city created 3 drive-through locations that offered a $10 gift certificate as a reward for completing the census by the September 30th deadline.
1,
The city's Recreation and Neighborhoods Division completed another successful campaign, the Renton Summer Games. This consisted of a variety of challenges that pitted citizens against each other for the glory of being crowned a champion. These at-home challenges included a quarter spin, water balance walk, and ping pong pan. Congrats to our champions. And finally, smoke. Lots of smoke. I'm going to close this episode with a shout out to the Renton Downtown Partnership for sponsoring the show. Your generosity astounds me, and I thank you. Here's some of RDP's upcoming events. There's the Lost Treasure of Erasmus happening now. Wait, what?
Hello.
There's Fall in Love with Renton, which is a curated box event featuring items from downtown businesses, and an old-fashioned Halloween scavenger hunt throughout downtown. So for a fun-filled day, come visit downtown Renton. I'm Erasmus the Dragon, soaring high with DTR News 1.
What was that? All of the counts. Did you see that?
I did.
Okay.
Come on. Count Chocula is certainly a top 5 for famous counts, right?
That's right. And I saw the count, Sesame Street count. Help me out.
Count Von Count.
Count Von Count. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Well, I
Thank you.
noticed
Good
at
stuff.
the very end of Erasmus' video, there was
Well, you're looking guy.
yeah, he was familiar to me.
Weird.
He had a little bit of edge.
Little,
Do you know
little
him?
something.
Tell me about this.
Hey, in being involved, since we're going to talk about this with Renton Live, I had pushed in a major way, like, hey, let's try to have a little bit of weird fun. And you all remember Ben Andrews, who was definitely a founding father of the show. And he said, hey, you know that thing you keep talking about? See if you can make one of those ideas come to fruition. So I made the first Erasmus skit. I had no idea what I was doing. I had never used the software before, and just kind of jumped off the deep end. And now I've made 4 of those weird videos. So not that I'm looking to talk about this, but hey.
Hey, when I saw that cool groovy guy, I was like, something's adding up here. 2 + 2 is 6.
2 + 2 is 6. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that's sharp, man. That's a lot of fun. Thank you for bringing that creativity and the fun and the lightheartedness that we all need right now.
thanks. And what's fun about this is I would have never done this if it wasn't because of the scenario that we're in. Like Renton Live would not exist. Think of all the things that have happened, whether they're bad or good, during this year and into next year. This isn't calendar based. Sorry.
Right.
But now is the opportunity to learn new skills. And that's what this is a result of. Is I had no idea how to do anything like this. I just have a weird sense of humor, everybody. And I had an opportunity to share it with all of you. So,
well, grateful, very grateful. Seeing the very first one, it blew my mind. And it's like you kind of you work and you watch and you're like, wow, you just brought so much familiarity right to life right before our eyes. So
thanks.
Pretty awesome.
And how cool is it that Renton Downtown Partnership, sponsoring us? I mean, so amazing. And to hear that and
yes,
truly, thank you. And I'm excited to see what else comes of these weird adventures with Erasmus.
So you get to make those quirky sound effects and you get to do all that?
I don't make the sound effects. No, this is weird. So fellow
I'm sorry, I dig the sound effects.
No, hey. Yeah, I'm just informing our wonderful audience that we're waiting for a guest or two. So hence the reason why we're having this fun conversation about Erasmus. So to keep you entertained. Yeah. But no, the sound effects, there's, basically I paid a subscription to a software package. So they have a variety of sound effects, but not all of them that I want. There's only one sound effect that I've made myself, and that was in the second episode where the trees got torn down and Erasmus lets out a roar. That's the only sound effect that I made. Everything else is from another program. But yeah, it's fun. Thanks for paying attention and listening.
I love it. Looks like we might have a video that might be showed. Yeah?
Sure, if that's what we're being told by the man in charge.
Wait, let me check my earpiece.
Yes, go.
I don't have one, but I think it's what's happening. So, yeah. Oh, well, I was wrong.
Cool. So we have our first guest.
All right.
Let's bring her in.
So we are bringing in our first guest. And this first guest sounds like, by her name, that she has some huge shoes to fill. We want everybody to welcome in Fancy Smith. And Fancy, I am excited to get to know who you are.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hi, Fancy.
So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Fancy, why don't you go ahead? Let's start out by finding out. I believe that you are a developer or organizer in the art walk through downtown. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
So I call myself curator of the art project.
The curator?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good title. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. All right. That kind of goes with the fanciness of you. So so it looks like the Renton Municipal Arts Commission, they were involved. And at what capacity? How did that get off the ground?
So basically, at the height of the BLM, or I don't like to say when it started because I feel like the Black community has been dealing with this a long time. But after George Floyd's death, I know that my children really struggled with dealing with what was going on. My 6-year-old one night just looked at me and said, "Mom, is Daddy gonna get shot because he's Black?" And I just thought, like, if my kids are having these feelings and going through these emotions, like, what are the rest of the kids going through? So often when we see movements like this happen, a lot of people don't stop to think to talk about or talk to their children about it or help them deal with it. So I thought, let me organize a protest specifically for children and family, to where the kids in our community could come out and express themselves through art. And so my daughter performed her dance, and we had a few other kids come out and they drew portrait pictures, and some kids did poems and spoken word. And one thing that myself and my niece created was a weighted blanket where we embroidered a lot of the names of the victims who were killed in police brutality. And we passed around the blanket in the crowd throughout the protest. And it was meant to symbolize the weight that the Black community kind of has to carry with all the grief and the frustration of the inequality in the country. And I guess the Renton Arts Commission's office was right above where we held the protest. And when we were wrapping up the protest, Mary and Jesse that work at the Renton Arts Commission approached me and basically just asked me if I wanted to do something to represent the Black community in an artistic way to help them cope or express themselves about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Oh, so it was your daughter that was dancing at the bottom of the stairs at City Hall.
Yes.
That still gives me a lump in my throat when I think back to that. I was fortunate enough to see it, and that was one of the, in my half century here on Earth, that was one of the most moving things I've ever watched. So, wow, I just want to give her a little shout out there. That was wonderful. So they recognized the march, which was a very successful and peaceful and beautiful, and messages were conveyed. So they approach you, and now you're on to this art walk. Yeah. So art is displayed throughout the stores in downtown. Correct? Yeah.
Yes. A lot of the businesses have participated, and they're hosting the Black artists, and there's tons of really beautiful, powerful pieces on display.
Okay, and it looks like we have a list that's been put up right now showing our viewers where they can go to find the art. So looks like, right now there's quite a few. So Fancy, where did you find the artists for this?
So I had a graphic designer put out an artist call for me. And one of the artists actually is one of the dancers that you guys are going to get to see perform tonight. One of the other artists just happens to be a family member, but the rest of them, when they saw the artist call on Instagram, they just reached out to me and DM'd me, and was actually the first time I met a lot of them, and so grateful to have met them. And I love being around artists, like just their capacity to express
and there's
frustration or joy like on a canvas is just amazing to me.
I totally
Absolutely love
agree.
it. So what's the duration of the art walk?
So initially it was just going to be for a weekend, but after talking to a lot of the business owners who were hosting the art, to my understanding, the art might be up for at least a month and maybe longer.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
a weekend does not cut it for art.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's fun. And then how did you go about getting the businesses involved? I mean, did you just hit the pavement and knock on doors and say, "Hey, I'm Fancy, you're going to do this"? I mean, how did you do this? I'm just curious.
Well, there has been no payment. This is just like, I feel like a labor of love, and
I said pavement, not
Oh.
payment. As an artist, payment's hard.
Yeah.
Do artists even get paid? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I basically just solicited basically everybody. Like, hey, I'm Fancy, I have some artists, do you want to host us?
Perfect.
People like you inspire me, Fancy. That's what it takes. You don't go on assumption or the unknown. You actually get in their face and you ask, and you get your voice heard just the same. So
that's the way it was always done. This.
Yeah.
It's not always been the case. You face to face. I'm so pleasure to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And follow up with your word type of deal.
Yep.
Whatever.
Is the artist's work by chance, is it for sale that is this being displayed?
Yeah, all the pieces are for sale.
Okay.
And how does somebody make a purchase? Like, if you see something you like, you just talk to the store and they get you in contact with the artist?
So basically, between myself and some of the artists, we made little plaques or little signs next to each piece of art to where they can contact the artists themselves. And also, I'm happy to field the conversation as well. If anybody wants to contact through me, then I can contact them as well if they're interested in. Yeah.
All right. So like a traditional type of art show where here's the artist's name, here's where you can buy it. This little sticker on it means it's sold.
Yes.
Perfect. So,
well, fingers crossed that many of those pieces have that sold sign next to it. It is very fun to be able to have. It's fun to shop in our stores downtown, but also to have handmade pieces. And especially ones that have such meaning and have been created out of a lot of emotion. I think that if anybody isn't in the position to purchase, be in the position to go and absorb all of those feels that it took to make those pieces. So
yes, I agree.
Well, Fancy, that is awesome. So it's a pleasure to meet you also. I know that we had said that earlier when you joined us, but I didn't know the correlation and the connection. And I just really, I'm just giving you the big wahoo for putting yourself out there. It's scary. It's scary for anybody to put themselves out there, but especially in a time of a pandemic and other, social issues that we're struggling with right now. So you are a role model.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So David has a question for you.
Okay.
I do.
We were hoping, Fancy, because you are kind of what lines up with our show.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, David?
Are you willing to stick around and be another co-host? Since our next guest, our final guest. Do you have time to stick around and be our cool third wheel?
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah.
I mean, with a name like Fancy, I doubt that you're ever the third wheel, but tonight, why not? Let's roll the dice. Okay.
Cool. So let's
our next guest, Fancy, I think it's Ternice Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we will bring him on just as soon as we can. I think Farad said that he was bringing him in.
Hey.
Hey,
Cool. All right.
All right.
what's going on, y'all?
Chilling out on a Wednesday night here in Renton.
I know,
Yeah,
me too.
just here in Renton Town, just waiting for you to show up.
It's about
Right.
time. It's
Yes.
about time.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Ternice, why don't you tell us about who you are and what you're bringing to Renton Live tonight?
All right. Again, thank you for having me. Creatively, I'm known as Tree, and I'm a graphic designer by day and a fine artist by night. Here's my piece right here. And shout out to Fancy for putting me on the platform and on the stage where I can show my stuff. I really do appreciate that. But my art, a lot of times I kind of just go off the top of my head, but as of lately, I've been digging a little more deeper and just trying to address the social issues that we're facing. And as a Black person, you look at your ancestors and you think about your future. And I see myself as being really, really present. And so I have an opportunity to go ahead and put my stakes in the ground and demand what it is that we need and how we can change and how we can be better moving forward. So that's what art really is to me. It's creating this experience and just being a vessel for what's needed.
Sure. How did you become involved in art? Is this something that's always been in your
Art is really a gift, but how did I get
well, let me ask, we kind of joked earlier, but are you like a professional artist? Is that
I plan on getting paid. I need those payments.
So an artist does get paid, right?
Yes, artists do get paid, and if you're not getting paid as an artist, you need to step your game up. We're not gonna do that.
Cool. So do you have a degree in art, or is this
actually? I have a degree in graphic design, so that's
Cool,
more of like
okay.
the commercial side. But yeah, I got to get it somehow.
Sure. Yeah. Of course, absolutely. So your painting behind you is it a painting? Your piece
Absolutely.
of art?
This is a painting. It's an acrylic paint. It's 18 by 24 inches, and I named it Mind Matter. And actually, this was completed in what would I call it? When you stay up all night and you crash.
Sure.
Yeah, I did this all in one night because I thought it was going to go up in the storefront because one day it is.
Wow.
But it's actually a collage piece, and I used some eccentric Black magazines and I cut out heads of Black women and
wonderful.
Really close. I feel like this really doesn't do it justice, but
it doesn't.
If you can see it up close, I have so many hidden messages and
I love the hidden messages.
There's a lot of hidden messages. I even shouted out the city of Renton because I got something to say to the city of Renton. It's right on here if you can look closely. But yeah, it's basically stating demands and it's recognizing the Black experience right here, and it's really near and dear to me.
I love it.
So I'm very, very proud of it.
It's acrylic, and then you've taken clippings from images,
magazines, and yeah, of course I painted it, and it's like like halfway a scrapbook, a collage, a paint. It's multifaceted.
So this is going to be on display in one of the shops?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
We're up in Boon Boona Coffee.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's the spot. Yeah, y'all check it out.
Yeah, that's the spot.
That is a good spot.
Yeah.
It's a Black-owned business. Just like you see closely, I shouted out Black-owned businesses on here.
Nice. So how many hours did that take, Tree?
Okay.
All-nighter. I mean, are you talking
all-nighter? I say it took me a good, well, shout out to my mom. I know she watching. She said I work slow, but it paid off. It probably took me about 10 hours. A lot of times you're just sitting there trying to figure out where I want to put this piece and what color I want to do that. So yeah, it took me about 10 hours.
Hey, it's cool. I mean, to produce that in 10 hours is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a 10-monther for someone like me. Like,
it was really fun. It was really fun. Sometimes, you just got to get loose.
Is there something on that particular painting that speaks to you the most? When you look at it, when your eye catches a glimpse of it, your heart just says, oh, like, is it a word? Is it a thought? Is it what I know that the whole thing is intricate and it sends a solid message, but what was the most inspiring or most emotional connection in that piece for you?
The most inspiring part of this piece is, I would go with the statement, Black Lives Matter, literally.
Literally.
That's the most outstanding part of this piece, because it seems that a lot of us think that Black Lives Mattering is, I don't know, a political statement, but really it's a matter of a fact that, you know, if you're a human and I'm a human, we all need the same basic opportunities and the same needs. And so Black lives literally matter. This is no game. This is a true statement.
That's it. That's what I was gonna just say, is that, so what inspires you, what gets your heart thinking and your head getting all that creativity in there is the truth.
The truth. Yes, thank you. Absolutely. It's truth in real life.
You created something based on the truth. So I applaud you. That is that's fantastic. And you know, hopefully we got our fingers crossed for you that all artists someday get paid. But I always hear that they're starving. So that's why I have never wanted to be an artist, because I love to eat.
Oh yeah. Well, would this be the right time to shout out one of my handles so people can go get prints or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
You all can go on the great internet and type in artpal/Inkmaster, and you can find some of my prints and even more pieces of art. And a lot of them are based around, you know, the Black experience, but some of them are kind of fun and some of them are kind of quirky. So it just depends on the day.
Yeah. Now, is this the only piece that you're going to have in this art walk, or do you have more?
Actually, I have one more piece, and it commemorates, what would I call it? Meditation and self-love and being mindful. And as far as Black people go, you know, we kind of have this what do you call it? I'm gonna just change it up. We can. It's a new way to meditate. You know what I'm saying? You can love crystals, and you can go out into nature, and you can become one. You know, and it's just a new way to center yourself. And I had a painting commemorated just for that. So just I think that's a beautiful movement that we as Black people are moving towards. And I want us to embrace that. So yeah. Shout out to Fancy. She got that up in Four Sisters. And it was so perfect.
So perfect.
Yeah.
It fits the atmosphere of the shop and everything.
Yeah. So that's Four Sisters right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, did you say the name of that piece of art?
The name of that piece of art is called La Geza, and you got to see it to know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta
All right. Well, we definitely will be downtown taking a stroll, looking at this. I'm glad that it ended up being longer than just a couple days. This is important. Art is important. It feeds everybody's soul.
It actually does. That's a true statement. Right.
So we're honored. I'm a resident here. David is as well. We're honored that you picked our city to do this in, and to feature you know, the artists in the shops that we frequent and call home. So I'm fingers crossed that there's a nice turnout for you, and we see some sold stickers on those.
Absolutely. And can I do one more thing? Oh, go ahead.
And we would get to do it again. Like, I'm not all about this happening once.
I'm ready. I'm ready for next year.
Let's keep art walking.
Yeah, trap me in the closet and I'm gonna come up with something.
Yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to shout out a few of these organizations right around Renton that's helping empower me and helping the movement. And those organizations will be Renton Residents for Change, the King County Alliance for Justice, the Renton pastors, African American pastors, and the OWL Project. We've all been putting our heads together, and we've been trying to get some things going that I can't mention fully, but we're trying to get some things rolling creatively in Renton. And I'm so excited about it. And I want everybody to get behind us, especially allies, our friends, our white counterparts. I don't know if that sounded bad, but we all in this together. Like if our white counterparts don't speak up, nothing gets done. So we need y'all, and we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's again, you just spoke the truth. We're all in this
Again, we did it again.
Good.
I
Great
like
job.
it.
Great job.
All right. Well, thank you for taking time out to join us. We're honored to meet you. Also to see your artwork. Again, everybody watching, take the time to give those stores a look over, see something that you like, know what you're supporting. You're supporting a starving artist that put a lot of time, emotion, and thoughtfulness
Yeah,
into
I
what they
won't be starving for long now. Don't think
No.
that.
All right. All right. Dinner's on tree, everybody.
Oh yeah, I got y'all.
All right. All right. So if you don't have anything else for us, hopefully we'll be able to have you back and follow up with what you're doing. And
Yes, please have me back. Follow me on Instagram.
We'd love to see where the future takes, people that are out there doing good things, making a difference.
Oh yeah, and thank y'all for the platform again. This is amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
You have a great evening.
Thank you.
Fancy, she's staying on with us. She's
Okay,
our,
Fancy, do your thing.
yeah, she is. I
Yeah.
just love her name, but I mean,
Yeah, that's
tonight I'm
awesome.
going to pretend that Fancy. I just wanted to do that.
Cool.
So, yeah, wow, that was beautiful. Beautiful
Yeah.
piece of art. Wish I could see it up close. I know that I can, but looks like a lot of detail, a lot of time and thought went into that. So,
Oh, it's
yeah.
So, Fancy, in regards to the dancers, we don't have them hanging out in our waiting room.
Oh, that's because they're hanging out here with me.
With you. Okay. So hey, take us on a journey
All right.
and
Let's
go check out some dancers. I'm excited. Look at us go.
Actually, this
Hey,
is
I know where that place is.
Yes, we were hosted so graciously by Ascendant's aerial pole dancing place. One of the owners, Tara, she's so sweet. She has been hosting the girls multiple times. Initially, when the art project started, she told me, if any of the artists ever need a place to practice, don't hesitate to reach out. And after the girls were promised, help with their pieces, and that fell through, we were kind of in a lurch, and we needed a place to practice and a place that was good for their knees, where they could do their movements without worrying about hurting themselves. And I reached out to her and she's like, yes, of course. And so we are so, so grateful for her. And she actually came in here today a little bit earlier and even helped the girls with their movements and with their spins and their technique, and poured into them. And I think mentorship is such an important thing, especially for young women. So we shout out to her because we really appreciate her.
Amazing. Thank you.
So you guys have girls first before we see them dance? Come here, girls.
Yeah. So I think the name of the dance troupe, it's the Unity Dance Troupe. Is that correct?
Yes. They decided to go with the name Unity.
One of my favorite words in the entire world.
Are you first? This is Pilara. You want to talk, Pilar?
Fun.
Yeah, and this is Angel.
Hi.
Angel. Hi, I'm David.
This is Simone.
Hello.
Hi, Simone.
And this is my daughter, Eliana.
Hi. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the name Unity kind of signifies the fact that all the girls are different ages, but they've been able to come together for this project so awesomely. And for me, for these two older girls who are super shy naturally, it's been such a beautiful thing to watch them come out of their shell and to watch them be so kind to the two younger girls when, so often in our society, you don't see that. And I just loved watching them work together. It's just been so awesome.
It's good.
That's
wonderful.
So what kind of dance are we're going to do? What will we be seeing?
Yeah.
We're doing a lyrical, and what's the second one?
It's a lyrical routine that merges into like a jazz number.
I'm loving it. I don't dance, but I'm very familiar with the genres. And who choreographed your dance? You?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I guess big things come in little packages. I'm giving you a heart right here. Loving it.
Yeah. They all, for the art walk, they did 4 pieces, and Ely choreographed a few, but then the 2 big girls, they choreographed a really cool tap number piece that's featured in the performance video as well.
Fun.
Yeah.
So does the piece that we're going to see, does it have a name for our viewers? Is it?
Yes. So the first part is called If I Have a Son. And it's a song about the hardships of raising Black children in America, especially during this time. And then the piece that it merges into is called A Lot of Love by Chris Brown. And it kind of was just intended to, even though we feel like it's important to protest and speak up for, you know, what we need as a Black community and to push for change always, that even children can do that. And through love, you can accomplish anything.
All right. Well, we are looking forward to seeing that. We'll let you guys get ready.
All right.
Viewers will be waiting to see you in action.
Okay. All right. Ready? Yeah. All right.
I am.
All right. We are taking positions.
Okay.
I'm
This
excited.
is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like that big and she's choreographing a routine. Like,
It's amazing. I mean,
brave. Like, I'm like, come on. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I need a little bit of encouragement to dance, if you know what I mean.
Mine comes liquid. Sorry.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Oops. Psych. Hold on. Let's switch the camera.
No problem. We're having a good time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yep.
If I have a son, teachers will be great. 'Cause if I have a son, it's never really safe. And I can't wanna take all this stuff for a snap. I don't wanna know when you'll make it back home. Oh, your skin, it glitters like gold. There's love inside my soul. And no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's probably it's friendly. I wanna keep you close, I wanna keep you safe. I hope I see the day where I want to pray every time you go. Every time you go. If I had a girl, I'd teach her to be strong. 'Cause even when you're right, it's happy that you're wrong. And if you want something, words with the start, 'cause that's the only way we can fight. Your skin glitters like gold. There's love inside the soul. But no matter what you say, no matter what you do, there's one thing that's friendly to you. I wanna keep you close, I wanna keep you safe. I hope I see the day where I want to pray every time You're sitting as I go. There's love inside your soul. And no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's where I wanna be, it's really you. I wanna keep you close, I wanna keep you safe. I hope I see the day, but I know not to pray. Every time you go.
Great job. Love it. Brad.
Wow.
Well done. Well done.
That was phenomenal. Like, this is my celebration hands. I am giving you guys the biggest celebration. So I have a quick little message for you. Like, you guys are our future. Looking at 4 of you right now. You're gonna do amazing things in this world. And if you put as much heart into what you do as you did that dance and learning to express yourself and your emotions, I am convinced that this world will be a better place. That was, I'm super proud to have got to experience that. Thank you.
Great job. Thanks for sharing that with us. So
Yeah.
well done.
Very well done.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
very
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah, that was great. So are you performing again anywhere else?
Halloween.
Halloween. And is it the same routine or is it something new? Is it a Halloween spooktacular special?
Yes.
It is. All right. And where are you doing that?
Seattle.
Okay. And it's on Halloween?
No.
Oh,
24th.
say that again.
October 24th.
Okay. So you can enjoy Halloween is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Hey, it's candy season. Come on. Halloween is like the premier event for candy season. Woo!
Yes.
Great
I
job.
love it.
Great job. Great job. So, Fancy, we hear that you may have something special for the dancers.
Yes. Well, first I wanted to give a shout out to Simone, because like I said, one of the dancers is actually one of the artists featured in the art walk. This girl is more talented, and this is one of her pieces that is hanging up at Sparkle.
Hey, can you zoom it in? Can we see what it is?
Yes.
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah, she painted it. It's a swallowtail beta fish, she said.
Wonderful.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic.
Lots of talent. Lots of talent.
Yeah. And then, okay, so initially when we started this project, I mentioned to the girls that there was an opportunity for a scholarship to be donated to the studio that they go to, but because they took on the work of choreographing and practicing on their own, I decided that the scholarship should go directly to the girls. I'm not gonna cry, but I might cry. Specifically to the two older girls. And I had told you guys about the scholarship, but I kind of lied to you about how much it was for, because I wanted to surprise you. So first, to Simone Joshua. Renton Arts Commission Dance Scholarship. This certificate is awarded to Simone Joshua in recognition of your growth and your grace through your protest art of dance. I'm so excited for you to have the means to follow all your dance dreams. And for your dance scholarship, you get $1,200.
Wow.
To do all the dance classes that you wanted to do this year and not have to.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And Pilar, so this certificate is awarded to Pilar Valdemez. Get over here. I know you're shy. Of immense talent, your musicality, your choreography. Thank you for setting an example and always stepping up to model what was expected in the routines and through technique. Using your art of dance as your act of resistance is a gift to the world. So you also get $1,200 towards your dance year.
Congratulations. Amazing. Hey, wow. I'm even gonna drop another clapping emoji. Wow.
I'm just wiping tears as we go.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna cry, but I always cry.
Congratulations.
This has literally been the most fulfilling thing to do. Not the art walk specifically, but to work with the girls and to see them, like I said, come into their own and to watch their talent blossom. And I cannot wait to see what they give to the world when they turn into adults. It's gonna be so amazing.
Yep. Save us.
Yeah.
Wow. And so also your recorded performances, they're in some of these businesses too?
Yes, so right now they're streaming at Renton Printery, close to Safeway. They're streaming there at Ascendance. They are also streaming at Boon Boona Coffee, so when you go pick up your coffee, you can enjoy their performances. And there's 12 performances in all. They will be up at River Valley Cheese later this week once we figure out the tech. And they're also playing at Mr. Natural Salon.
Oh, wonderful. Amazing.
Wow.
And so that's going to be playing the whole time the art walk is happening. So whether it's a month or longer.
Yes, a month or longer, exactly.
Fancy, are you the leader of the troupe? If you're the leader, like I hate to use the word leader, but who's running the troupe besides the 4 young women?
I guess I like organize the choreography, the choreography and the meeting. And when everything went down, I really didn't want them to miss this opportunity. And I've always, watched Pilar Ely has been at that studio for 6 years. And I would always stop Pilar and Simone and be like, oh my God, you're so awesome. I'm your biggest fan. You're killing it. Like just randomly. And I know they thought, well, this lady's crazy, but to like work with them and like get to know them. I love them all so much. And so when we came up with the idea to do the Halloween performances and it just kind of keeps growing from there. I think it's really important to, as Black dancers, that they display their talent and their technique and not be limited to this box that you often see Black dancers get put in. And so them showcasing like, yes, we can do ballet, yes, we can do lyrical, we do contemporary, we can also do Afro, like we only don't do hip hop, you know? So kind of using that, like I said, as a resistance and their Black excellence as resistance as well has just been awesome.
Wonderful. My final question is, are you taking on new troop members, or is this the final four?
No, actually one of the other moms, Avalon, Angel's mom, and I have been talking a lot about expanding the troop, but then also thinking about creating a program that we would offer at low-income based schools where we would bring the dance classes to the elementary schools. So moms who didn't necessarily have time are too busy working multiple jobs to make ends meet, like their children wouldn't miss out on that.
Sure.
Have the dance programs at the school for the after school program, growing the Black dance troupe would be so awesome. I feel like a lot of the times in the people of color communities or low income communities, like there's so much talent, but there's not always opportunity, and we would definitely love to change that.
It can happen.
I'm sure you will.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Yep. So girls, we get to say, as you grow, we knew them when on Renton Live. And I mean, it is an honor to see you. I think it's fantastic what you've accomplished and your dedication. I mean, honestly, hard work and dedication, it does pay off. I promise you. And a good attitude.
Yep. Wonderful.
Well, if you guys do you have anything that you want to say, ladies? Anything that any message, anything that you'd like to say before we end our show?
I know you.
Come on.
Come on, y'all. No,
No.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
Absolutely.
Well, we think that you did a fantastic job, and we hope to see you back as well. We'll keep following you, keep checking in to see what amazing things that you're doing, the difference that you're making, and watching where your passion leads you.
Yeah. Thanks for being on. We appreciate it very much.
Yes, Fancy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bye, ladies.
ladies.
All right. Wow, David. Seriously? Box of tissue here. That was
Oh, I
beautiful.
know. You live with the box of tissues.
I do. I do. Usually it's kind of like this. What a fun show. I mean, come on, the 23rd show on the 23rd of the month.
Yep.
Get to be
And
back with my pal.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. And, I don't care that we went over, if our audience has a problem with that, that's okay. We'll make it up to you.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone sticking around, and this is great.
And we're looking forward to seeing you next Wednesday, same time, same bat channel.
Sounds good. We'll be there.
All right. Have a good night, Renton. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.